How well do you know yourself? If you're like most people, you probably have a decent idea about your own desires, values, beliefs, and opinions. You have a personal code that you choose to follow that dictates whether you are being a good person. If there is any one thing you can know in this universe, surely it is who you are. But what if you are wrong? Have you ever said or done something really shitty, mostly on an impulse that you'll later regretted? After the damage was done and the other person involved was hurt, you couldn't bury your shame fast enough. Why did I say that? You might have asked yourself in frustration. It's that why question that indicates the presence of a blind spot. And though the reason for your reaction may have been obvious, perhaps even justified, the lack of your control you had over yourself betrays the existence of a different person lurking beneath your carefully constructed idea of who you are. If this person is coming into focus for you, congratulations, you have just met your shadow self or dark side. The shadow is a concept first coined by Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung that describes those aspects of the personality that we choose to reject and repress. For one reason or another, we all have parts of ourselves that we don't like or that we think society won't like, so we push those parts down into our unconscious psyches. It is this collection of repressed aspects of our identity that Jung referred to as our shadow self or dark side. Unfortunately, there can be no doubt that man is, on the whole, less good than he imagines himself or wants to be. Everyone carries a shadow, and the less it is embodied in the individual's conscious life, the blacker and denser it is. At all counts, it forms an unconscious snag, thwarting our most well-meant intentions. When our shadow or dark side remains unconscious, it wreaks havoc in our life. Repressed contents do not merely disappear, but rather they function independently of our conscious awareness. In other words, the shadow has the capacity to override our conscious ego and take possession of our being, exerting control over our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. When this happens, we can be unconsciously driven into hard times, all the while remaining ignorant that these troubled periods were self-imposed and not the product of bad luck or fate. The unconscious controls which our shadow can exert upon us also account for the self-destructive behaviors so many individuals struggle with and are unable to control despite consciously knowing they would be better off not engaging in such actions. Many addicts are driven by their shadow, which accounts for the internal war which exists within them. One moment they tell themselves they are going to give up their addiction and live a clean life. In the next moment, their shadow overrides their conscious ego and they enthusiastically seek out the next drink, hit, or sexual release. According to Jung, we must become conscious of our shadow qualities and integrate them into our conscious personality, accepting them with open arms as necessary and vital parts of our being. The shadow is a moral problem that challenges the whole ego personality, for no one can become conscious of the shadow without considerable moral effort. To become conscious of it involves recognizing the dark aspects of the personality as present and real. The act is the essential condition for any kind of self-knowledge. If we can find a way to negotiate with our shadow and allow it to live in our conscious personality rather than repressing it, we will not only attain a more secure sense of selfhood, but also more knowledge about what it is we really want in life. The shadow, as Jung mentioned, is the doorway to ourself. The many dare not descend into their depths, but this is exactly what we must do if we are to become who we really are. Do subscribe and hit the like button, and don't forget to share your favorite quote from Carl Jung in the comment section.